Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Sellavin now getting my latest review on Naruto Shippuden, episode 408. Hey, the Cursed Puppet. Right now we're at Choji Ino, and Sakura, they're in the desert, and they're continuing to wander through the exam, with Sakura, she's a little tired. But then they encounter this weird looking doll. This episode is called Cursed Doll, but you get my point. This doll, and this weird team. Apparently, this team is a little more what you call more psychotic than the rest. Even though they're shinobi from the Hinsen, they're more dangerous. Like one of them, and like the leader is like a puppet user. Like Kankuro. Another is like who can use snakes like Orochimaru, but differently, just freely. And the other one's like a kunoichi, female ninja. But you get my point. Hey, like she uses the doll, even though it's very small in size, and because of its small size, they can use its size as an advantage as a weapon, and using it to distract them, and using it to gain the advantage in fighting style. Think about it. An object of small size is harder to find. Right, especially when you apply that for battle, it's a good tactic. And this like they try their best, but they seem to be overwhelmed. But the leader is like she's a bit nutty. Hey, for example, she wants to battle for Sakura and Ito and just call Choji fat. So you're not supposed to call Choji fat, otherwise he loses it. But you get my point. And the situation here is that these group, even they're also a part of the exam. They're fighting, and she wants to turn them into dolls. Like the way she does it, like I'm gonna make you my dolls and play with you and stuff. Like that whole creepy vibe, from a horror movie. I know what movie it is. I just forgot the name. But you get my point. And the situation. But you have to understand what's happening now. Is what you expect. And from the situation. For example, this whole like this puppet user, even though she's a bit crazy, she seems to use same kind of jutsu as Ino, mind transfer, to be able to just to a person's mind and use them like a puppet. The same jutsu as Ino, but hers is a little more ecstatic. Like compared to Ino, she has to Ino's like, but she right now has control. Like she uses her jutsu in a way, like she uses her enemy's strength against them, and the order to defeat your enemy, you first know one's enemy. That's the logic of any battlefield. To defeat your opponent, you must know your opponent. So basically, that's the feel we get from this episode. Like the first half, the second half is about Sasuke and his time with Orochimaru. He trains, he scopes out, he trains. And like it's a good we see Sasuke in flashback. We already got some flashbacks of Naruto, but this is the first beginning of Sasuke and his situation. But you get the point. The second half is all about Sasuke. He goes to the eastern hideout, where he under Orochimaru's orders, but he does it under his own intent. He sabotages things, observes people. For example, he observes Kai and Suigetsu. He observes them and use that, and he does do some underhanded things like sabotage the experiments, and makes it look like it was an accident, so he can get their strength, and it worked. And he got to see what they're worth, and even to see how they managed to fight. Alright, so Sasuke, he was what you call thoroughly impressed, even though it was all his idea and it was a setup. So basically, the first half was Sakura, and Choji during the shooting hand. The second half was Sasuke and Orochimaru, and what Sasuke was up to, recruiting his comrades, as for his secret heavy Taka group, after he killed Orochimaru and take over. But you get my point. You get the situation. It was a nice touch of base. The first time. We over this like first couple weeks. We got Neji 1010, Neji 1010, Neji's team, with Ten and Rock Lee, and when they fought against Shura. The second week we got Hinata's team Shikama. You got everybody. They're taking each team lightly. I mean before Chojin Ino it was the Hidden Rain group. They're still looking for Jinchuriki. Like they're pacing each episode. They're trying to drag this out as long as they could. Good. I mean, we got the point. It's a good episode to watch if you're interested. I mean, and it leaves you guessing, but we all know they're all gonna make it out. But we all know it's good filler. I mean, this is a good filler arc in the tuning exams, but you get the point. Anyway, like such a page, it was good. The animation was pretty solid, and some setup were nice. And I gotta admit, I like the opening and the new ending. The new ending and the opening, hey, it's a nice theme, especially how they do the artwork for the opening. Like you got this art style as they come out, they come running and situation, and the screen just changes with the wall art. And you got Kakashi, his lightning blade, Sakura, Sasuke, Naruto. You got everybody. In the end, you got Madara. You get to see the world from Madara's point of view. At the end, basically it was a good episode. We all get the point. Right? Yeah, I give it I give this like 2 and a half. I give it 2 because we got some action, but they changed it up. With the whole Sasuke thing. I give it 2.5. Because we got to see Sasuke again, even though Sasuke was never a part of the tuning exam. Remember, this whole story arc what happened when Sasuke and Naruto were away from the village, and this was about everybody else, not the main protagonist or the main antagonist. It's just the other supporting characters. That's the point of a filler. Hope you enjoyed. That's why the comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin giving now Shippuden episode 408, Cursed Doll. Hope you enjoyed this. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Good episode. Nice.